Do you know who a Dalala is? Do you know who a Kemboi is? Do you know who a Kadama is? And we have a driver. These four people are connected in some way. So if you don't know, stay tuned and watch this video until the end. Here we're gonna cover the episodes of Kadama, Kemboi, Dalala, and drivers from hell. Okay, we're gonna talk about things that people have gone through, bad experiences that should never happen to anybody's child. Okay, so my name is Mary Juliana. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And if it's your second time, thank you so much for coming back. Well, stay tuned. Here on my channel, we cover the truth as it is, without sugarcoating. We say the things as they are, without sugarcoating, without fearing anybody. I know most of you maybe will unsubscribe from my channel because I'm telling the truth. It's okay, I don't care, as long as this truth helps somebody out there. So, a Dalala, let's start with a Kadama. A Kadama is a housemaid working on contract. Like me here, I'm working on contract, so the Arabs calls us Kadama. A Kemboi is a housemaid that has already run away from contract. Okay? She's not working on a contract. She was once a Kadama, but she ran away from the employer due to her own known reasons. Some which are valid, some which are not valid. Some which are genuine, some which are not genuine. Okay? A Dalala is a host. A Dalala is a lady that will help this Kadama, this housemaid that is working on contract, escape from her employer. Maybe her life is in danger, or maybe she just wants to earn more money. There are two types of people that escape from contract. Others, maybe they are suffering on the contract. Maybe they are not being given food, they are working without food, they are working without salary, okay? They are not being paid, maybe they are being harassed sexually, maybe they are being beaten with their bosses, you know, and they try to reach out to their embassy, and the embassy doesn't give positive feedback. Maybe they ignore them, maybe they don't respond to their calls, maybe they try to reach out to their office and the agencies that brought them here, and they don't respond. So the only option left is to run away and become an illegal immigrant, which we call them as Kembois. Okay, not all Kembois ran away because they wanted more money. Others ran away because it was the last option, the only option. Because you cannot stay somewhere you are being abused. You cannot stay somewhere you are working without salary, and you cannot stay somewhere you are working without food. Okay, you cannot stay somewhere you are being beaten. So if those things are happening to you, and your office, your agent is not responding, is not coming to rescue you, you might be left with one option of becoming an illegal immigrant, which is a Kemboi. But some Kembois, they have that peer pressure of getting a lot of money out there. You know, those ladies working on contract, they are earning like 900 reals, starting salary. Some earn 900, some earn 1,000 to 1,200, depending on the type of your boss, depending on the house you're working into. But the Kembois, they're earning from 2,000 reals to 2,500 to 3,000. That is double the salary the Kadama is earning, the legal housemaid is earning. The Kembois earn double. So some of them, they run away because they want to earn that more money. But some of them, they run away because of situations. Maybe they are suffering on the contract, so they decide to run away and become illegal immigrant. Okay? So these are called Kembois, the housemates that are working without contract. The Kadama is working on the contract. The Kemboi is working outside the contract, but they are just doing the same job. Okay? So the Dalala is the one that helps the Kadama to escape, to become a Kemboi. So let's talk about Dalala. Dalala, they are just how they were once housemaids. Then they ran away from their contract and they went and stayed out there. They became Kembois. And after becoming Kembois and staying here for long times, maybe some have even 10 years, 5 years continuously. You see, they have experience on the ground. They are known with other Arabs. They interact with Arabs, and Arabs know them. Even the police know them. They don't arrest them. Okay? The police know them. They don't arrest them. these dalalas, they eat with the police. They give police something little and they don't arrest them. So these dalalas, they are the ones that helps Kadamas escape from the contract. Why do they help them? We have some Arabs that cannot afford to bring a housemaid from Africa or Philippines or anywhere. They can't afford because it's expensive to bring a housemaid from Kenya, for example. They pay approximately Kenyan shillings about 300,000 to get a housemaid to come and work here in Saudi. That's why I normally tell you that you are bought and you have to work for 2 years fixed contract before you leave. So some Arabs cannot afford that money. Okay? So they negotiate with the dalalas to help them find someone that can come to work for them without paying that huge amount of money. So that dalala will convince you to escape from your contract. Okay? To escape from your contract. And they will tell you that you will earn good money, which is true. Okay? You will earn good money out there. But there are some risks before you reach there. Okay, there are some advantages and disadvantages. I'll talk about disadvantages and advantages in this video. So watch until the end. You see, after that Arab that is unable to afford to bring a housemaid from whichever country, Africa or maybe Philippines, they talk to the dalalas to help them get a cheap housemaid. Let's just say cheap housemaid, because now they will pay that dalala maybe something like let's say 20,000. You see, but if they brought you from Kenya, they will have paid 300,000. So because you are already here in the Middle East, they are paying that dalala like, let's say something like 20,000, so that you go and work for them. Okay, some dalalas are good and some dalalas are bad. The process of coming from your contract is 50-50. You can end up with a bad driver, you can end up with many disadvantages, or you can end up benefiting. Okay, so you have to be very careful. You see that driver that is being sent to come and pick you from the contract, you don't know him. You really don't know him. That dalala knows him. Okay, and we have some drivers, they are from hell. They are totally from hell. Some drivers will be sent to come and pick you. Okay, they will come and they will help you escape from your employer. Instead of taking you to the dalala's place where you are supposed to go, they will take you to their home, to their own house, and rape you. Take this statement seriously. They will take you to their own house and rape you, and there is nothing you will do about that. Okay, you will do nothing. You cannot take them anywhere. Number one, you have already escaped. Now you are an illegal immigrant. You cannot report them to the police. Number two, you don't even know them. How do you even start reporting them? You don't even know where they have taken you. You know, they come and pick you, they put you in the vehicle, they take you somewhere you don't even know. Okay, so when they take you to their house and use you, and they can even decide to dump you on the street, you will do nothing and leave you there. How will you report someone you don't even know? Where will you report? You are an illegal immigrant. The first thing you go to the police, you will be arrested and get deported to your country. Okay? So these drivers, they will rape you. Chances are they will leave you pregnant. Or maybe they will leave you infected with diseases, chronic diseases. Most girls have been raped here and they have been left pregnant. Okay? So you are left pregnant after they rape you. Now they take you to the dalala's place. And you can't do anything about that. Even if you report them to the dalala, she cannot beat them. She can't do anything. Maybe she just tell you sorry. So what about sorry now? And you have been raped, your dignity, your self-esteem, maybe you have been left pregnant. And when you carry that pregnancy, that driver will not even come to support that child. Many girls are here and they have kids. They are taking care of those kids alone. Most of those kids came from rape cases. You have been raped and there's nothing you can do, and you end up carrying that pregnancy. And now you have to give birth. And it's very expensive. It's very expensive to take care of a kid while you are living here in the Middle East, because you are a foreigner. Now you are staying in the dalala's house with pregnancy. You have to carry pregnancy. When you deliver, you cannot go to work. And remember, you are taking care of that kid alone. You can't go to work because you have a small kid. And that small kid has to eat. You have to pay rent. At the dalala's place, you pay rent, by the way. You don't stay there for free. Yeah, that's how they do their business. They are doing business with you. You are paying rent to them, whether you're staying there or you are not staying there. Whether they have already taken you to workplace, they have already sold you. That boss has already paid. You are working, but you're still paying them rent. Okay, so that is their business, by the way. So if you're not working, you are still paying. And now you have a child, another added responsibility. You can imagine how difficult it is to raise a child alone, even back in Kenya. Now you have to raise a child in the Middle East, in a foreign land. Nobody's helping you. You are alone. It's difficult, my dear. So some ladies will avoid to give birth to that baby, and they will want to terminate the pregnancy. Remember, number one, when you left that house, your sponsor's house, okay, you left your documents, and now you are an illegal immigrant. You don't have igama, you don't have passport, you don't have anything to identify you. And you know, when you don't have documents, it's very difficult to access a hospital. You cannot be treated in a public hospital because you must have documents to get treated in public hospital. So some of these ladies will try to terminate the pregnancy at home. It's very risky. Some of them don't make it. I'm sorry to say this, but it's okay. It's the truth, by the way. Some girls end up dying in the process of trying to terminate that pregnancy because it's a shame. You are pregnant, it's out of rape. Now you want to carry that pregnancy. Maybe you left some kids back in Kenya and you are taking care of them. You feel the shame. Maybe you feel it's a burden and you want to terminate it, and you are doing it in an illegal way. You try to terminate that pregnancy at home, not at the hospital, because you don't have money to afford to take you to a private hospital. Private hospitals are there. Some of these Kembois, those girls that have run away, they normally go to private hospitals. Yes, but some of them cannot afford because it's expensive. It's very expensive. Remember, you just ran away and you have not even started working, so you don't have a lot of money. So you want to try and terminate that pregnancy, and things go south. You end up dying. Some of them manage to terminate the pregnancy and they survive. And you know, by the way, those girls that are out there, when they get pregnant, they don't deliver in hospitals. And that is the sad truth, by the way. Whether you like it or not, they deliver in the houses. Somebody inside that house is helping them give birth. You know how dangerous it is to give birth in the house instead of in the hospital. So they are giving birth in the house. And you know, those dangers that are associated with giving birth. Maybe you might end up having a heavy bleeding after you give birth, or maybe the placentas, they refuse to come out. And you know, that person attending to you is not a medic, is not a nurse, it's just your fellow Kadama, your fellow Kemboi, is trying to help you deliver in that house. Maybe you end up losing the child, or maybe you end up losing your own life. It's very risky. So those are drivers from hell. We are talking about those drivers that rape their girls before they take them to their destination. It's very bad, by the way. If you're watching this and you are a driver, you are going to rescue somebody. Maybe that person was being mistreated from the contract. Maybe she was not being paid. Maybe she was being denied food, and you end up raping her. You add problems. You pile problems on her. It's very bad, by the way. You'll go to hell, direct. You'll go to hell. So my girls, if you're being paid on your contract, you're being given food, you have enough rest, you're not being sexually harassed, even if that salary is little, please just stick there. Plan for your money. Even however little it is, God will bless it. Work, finish your contract, go back to your country, do something else. If that money was not enough, you can renew your contract. It's risky. Imagine getting pregnant or getting raped and you have to undergo all that. Maybe because you are not suffering. You know, some of them, they are not suffering. They are running away because they want that more money, more salary, double salary. Because, okay, they are getting double salary than us. I accept. But it's risky. Okay, you might end up going and you become successful. That's okay. But at least if you have watched this video, take precautions. Okay? If maybe it's the last option, you don't have other options, like you just have to run away, please do research on that person that is helping you escape. Maybe at least if he has helped your friend that you know, or your sister that you know, let that driver be known to everybody so that they don't do things that are bad to you, okay? So that you don't end up like those other girls. You know, it's very bad. So that is driver from hell. We have dalalas from hell. We have covered the drivers from hell. We have dalalas from hell. So that dalala is that host that is helping you escape, so that you go and stay at her place, so that she can find that Arab that is unable to export labor from Kenya, to get a girl from Kenya to come and work here. They want somebody that is already here. Okay? That dalala, we have dalalas that are good. They will help you genuinely. And we have others that are from hell. You find that when they take you to that Arab boss, you know that Arab boss pays some little money so that you go and work there. It's like they are selling you, okay? They are selling you. You go and work there. You will find that maybe that house has more challenges than the ones that you left behind on the contract. Maybe you ran because you wanted more money, and you find that that house, maybe it's huge. It's a 3-story building, okay? And maybe it has kids also. So you don't even have time to rest, and the work are overwhelming. So you are unable to work, you know. And if you are unable to work, you end up going back to the dalala's place because it's difficult. You can't manage. The dalala will not accept you back in that house. Some of them, they end up sending our girls to the street. When she's throwing you to the street, now you don't know where to go. You don't have anywhere to go, and those streets are dangerous. We have men here who are hungry for sex. They will get you on those streets, by the way, because if you are thrown out on the streets, now you don't know anywhere to go. Maybe you are new. You don't have connection. You don't know anybody. You end up living miserable lives. Okay? So if you are watching this and you are a dalala, please remember these are your fellow sisters. Don't do that to other people's daughters. You are a parent also. Somebody might do the same to your child, even if it's not exactly the same. Maybe your child will not be a housemaid, but maybe she will be mistreated somewhere. You know, whatever you do under the sun, you get paid under the sun. Okay? We have other dalalas that recruit girls to do prostitution. By the way, it's true. It's not a lie. We have dalalas that recruit girls to do prostitution. You know what? They have these rental houses. They have rented it. That dalala that is going to host you has a house. They have rented it. And they have connection with men. So they tell the men that I'm going to bring a new girl. You know, you are from the contract. Maybe you have finished 1 year. So you are hot cake. And especially those girls that are beautiful, not like us. Those girls that are beautiful, they like them so much, okay? So that man that has left his wife in the country is hungry for sex, is looking for cheap sex. We'll talk to the dalala, and the dalala will prepare you so that that man will come and sleep with you. That man will pay that dalala. He will not pay you. You are staying in the dalala's house, you are eating her food and everything. So they pay the dalala. And now the dalala is the one to pay you. Okay? After using your body. Like selling your body. Practically you are selling your body. That is prostitution. Because you are sleeping with somebody to get money. I'm sorry if you're watching this and it has happened to you. I'm very sorry. They are sleeping with men to get money. Some of these girls, okay, they have not been forced, but because they don't want to get tired, because they don't want to be housemaids, they end up doing that. And maybe because you have gone to that house and you find that that house is big, is giving you a challenge, and now you have to pay bills. You know, when you're out there, you're paying bills, you want to do your hair. It's not like us. Us with our hair, we just cover it and everything is okay. We don't have to do our hair, we don't have to do our nails, we don't have to do our makeups and everything. You put on uniform and you stay like that. But while you're out there, you want to look like everybody. You want to put on nice clothes. You want to put on makeup. You want to do your hair. You want to do your nails, you know. And maybe you find you are working in a small house. And when you went out there, you didn't find a small house. All the houses, they were big. Okay? So it's difficult for you to work and you give up and you want cheap money, easy money. And you end up doing prostitution. We have some girls that are doing that. But not everybody. Some girls have gone out of contract and they are working genuinely. They are just housemaids like us who are on contract. So it's not everybody. Then we have also another group of bosses from hell. We have Arabs. that are unable to import girls from Africa or Philippines, wherever. So they're looking for somebody who is already in the country. Okay? When they get you, you go and work in their house. Okay? You work, maybe you have agreed you will be paid 2,000 at the end of the month. So after you finish that month, instead of paying you, they throw you to the street without salary. So many cases have happened, by the way. Ask those girls that are working outside the contract. They will tell you, you were working for her and she threw you outside the house at night without paying you at the end of the month. And you cannot do anything. What will you do? You're not under agency. And that Dalala cannot take that Arab man or Arab lady anywhere. Where will she take her? Of course, you are doing something illegal, and she knows you are doing something illegal, so she knows you cannot take her anywhere. At least if you are under agency, we have some agencies that are active. They protect their girls. If you are under agency, and that agency is responsible, please stick to the contract, work on the contract, get your little salary. If you're not satisfied, you can renew your contract, or you can go to another country instead of becoming an illegal immigrant and risking your life. Some of these girls have been arrested, and you get arrested and you are taken to the deportation center. It's hell in those deportation centers. It's hell. Never pray to find yourself in the deportation centers. You are not arrested today and deported tomorrow. You can be arrested and stay in the deportation center even for 2 months, even half a year. I don't know what they consider to deport other girls and others remain there. You can find that someone was maybe arrested 2 weeks ago, and she finds somebody in the deportation center has stayed there for 1 month, and they deported that one that came 2 weeks ago and leave that one that has stayed there for 1 month. I don't know what they consider. I don't know. But some people are suffering in those deportation centers. You don't want to find yourself there. You really don't want. Those deportation centers are hell. Some girls are arrested and they are pregnant. It's time for labor and you are laboring in that deportation center. There is no doctor there. There is no nurse. You are giving birth on the floors. And somebody is giving birth here and another one is staying here next to that one giving birth. And nobody cares. I'm telling you the truth, by the way. You can do your research if you think I'm lying to you. You are in the deportation center. Somebody is giving birth next to you. And there's nothing you can do. You cannot move to another room. There is no another room. You are staying in a single room. Many people. You are sharing rooms, sharing beds. Beddings are bad. Like, the situation there is wanting. I wish it could be possible for someone to take a video in that deportation center and bring it online so that you can see. But they are very clever. They don't allow smartphones there. They don't allow smartphones so that you cannot take the videos because the condition is pathetic. It's pathetic, by the way. You don't want to find yourself in the deportation center. Some people are mentally unstable in those deportation centers. You know the conditions in these countries, and you end up being tortured. You might lose your senses, okay? You might become mentally unstable because of these things that you have to go through. Maybe someone has raped you and that trauma, So you are staying there with people with different conditions. Some are sick, some are pregnant, some are giving birth, some are breastfeeding. And you are there, okay? Maybe you are raped and you are pregnant and you are there. You don't want to find yourself in that situation, by the way, my dear. So, girls, please, if you're not suffering on that contract, it's my plea, just like my sister. If you're watching this, you're just like my sister. If you're not suffering, please be patient. There's no house that doesn't have challenges. Everywhere we have challenges. Okay? Be strong. Work in that house. If you're not suffering, if they are not denying you food, if they are paying you, even if there is a lot of work in that house, it's just 2 years. Instead of messing your life forever. Imagine coming out of this place with a kid, burden, a kid that the father is not even responsible, or maybe coming out infected. That trauma, it doesn't come out easily. You will be being reminded every day that every day you see that kid, you remember that you were raped, Maybe you are thrown out of the street with that Arab boss without being paid, and you end up in bad hands. You end up in hands of goons, and they do something terrible to you. Or maybe you lose your life. And when you lose your life, it doesn't pain you. It pains us. It pains your family. It pains your kids, your parents. They have to cry. It's very painful, by the way, to receive somebody at JKIA in a casket. When you leave that country, you heard promises. you had wishes, you had dreams, like you are coming here to to work for a certain period of time. Your family is missing you. They're just waiting for that day that you'll arrive. They want to receive you at JKIA, embrace you. Huh? After so many years, maybe after 2 years or after 3 years, who knows how long you have been staying here. They are waiting for you. They don't want to wait for you and receive you in a casket. So some things are avoidable, by the way. They are avoidable. Some things are avoidable. Some things are avoidable. Instead of going through all that, just because you want a bigger salary, you can just be patient. Go open your business with the little money you have gotten after 2 years. Or maybe if you are not satisfied, go pay commission. Go to another country. There is Qatar, there is Dubai. Pay commission, go work do those good jobs, get paid better salaries instead of risking your life, okay? But as I always say, if your life is in danger and all other ways, like you have shared your videos on social media, we have tried to share them and you have not gotten help, and you see that running away is the last option, run away, my dear. But before you run away, do your calculations. Know who is coming to pick you. At least do it with somebody who has experience, okay? If you are running away, maybe you are being threatened to be killed, okay? Instead of dying on that contract, find someone who has run away, someone that is very close to you, someone that has run away successfully, okay? Someone that has been rescued with a kind driver. We have very kind drivers who have humanity. Let that one come and pick you, not just anybody that will go and mess your life, that will go and do some unthinkable things to you, okay? I hope this video will help someone, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe.